Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another review of the Star Trek, the official Starships collection by Eaglemoss. This issue is issue 20, featuring the Klingon Vorcha class attack cruiser seen in Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. I don't think it's ever appeared in any other show or movie. So here's the ship in the magazine, and let's get the ship out of the way for a moment and let's go on about the magazine. So here we have, again, Eaglemoss has always provided awesome images for their covers for these magazines, and here's the Vorcha class and a couple others on the cover there. It's the Vorcha class, launched in the 24th century, 481 meters. Its maximum speed is warp 9.6. Table of contents here, and basically it's operated by the Klingon Defense Force. Vorcha class, constructed in the Kronos orbital factory base in the 2360s. It's 481.32 meters, 26 plus decks, a crew of 1900, a top speed of warp 9.6, and has disruptor cannons and photon torpedo launchers. So this thing was very powerful. And here we have another great CGI image of the ship, and a screenshot from the first episode, or actually the second time it appeared, which was in Reunion and Redemption from Next Generation. A little bit of information about the ship. Some more wonderful pictures here, and some great text with various shots from Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. You'll see shots from Next Gen here. I believe this was from Reunion. Also Reunion from Deep Space Nine, The Way of the Warrior. Can't tell which episode this was. I think it was Redemption, if I'm not mistaken. And this was from Deep Space Nine, also Deep Space Nine. The Vorcha class was the Klingon flagship of the Chancellor. In the early years it was Chancellor Kim Peck, as seen here, and in later years it was Chancellor Gowron, before he upgraded and got the Negvar class ship. And here is the diagram or spec of the ship, showing where things are. Apparently it has two bridges, one at the top and one at the rear. Well, actually not at the rear, but one at the top here, the main section, and one at the back close to the main section of the ship. And I guess the main disruptor cannon was in the front, and you can see here that the image was that the ship was capable of sending out projectiles pretty far. And here we have a section about the reinvention of the Klingons, because for those of you that know this or don't know this, the Klingons in Star Trek The Next Generation were basically rehashed and redone for the new series, because they looked and acted somewhat differently on the original series. Here is the capital city in Kronos, the Klingon homeworld. Here's Kor, one of the original series Klingons, who later also appeared on Deep Space Nine. And here's Worf going through the Rite of Ascension. Very serious Klingon ritual there. And here's the Chancellor Kim Peck with the Klingon High Council surrounded by his men. And here's Worf and his former lover, wife, fuck buddy, ex-friend, whatever, Kalar, the Federation ambassador to the Klingon Empire. And here we have Lursa, B'Etor, and Toral, son of Duras, Gowron, Kalis, the Klingon god, pretty much. In The Next Generation, the producers really took time to start exploring the Klingon culture, the language, and some history about them, because in the original series and even in the early films there was very little information about them. And in fact, even in the episodes they commented that they knew very little about the Klingons. So it was nice to see throughout the run of the series, and even on Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise, that they would go deeper and deeper into the Klingon mythology and the Klingon history and culture and all that good stuff. So here we have a section talking about the design of the Vorcha class. Nice image of the model there. Here we have some sketches. Interesting to see how they came up with it. Some more sketches. This detail showing, I guess, the various components they do. Another legend.
And finally, page. Basically, it's appeared. Its first appearance was in the episode Reunion in Next Generation. It's appeared in Next Gen, Deep Space Nine. I don't think it's ever appeared on Voyager, and certainly not Enterprise. It was designed by Rick Sternbach. Here in this picture, a painting of the Klingon ship. It was seen in kind of like a time travel alternate timeline episode called Parallels. I think it was in season 6 or 7, where Worf was kind of bouncing back between realities. And in one of the realities, in the captain's ready room, this ship was on the wall as part of a painting. So, and here is a shot from one of the Deep Space Nine episodes. I think it was Way of the Warrior, when the Klingons attacked the station. So you can kind of see them there. So yeah, that's the Klingon Vorcha class. And next up, next month, I'll be receiving and covering in one of these videos the Starship Enterprise NCC 1701E, as seen in Star Trek First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. And so yeah, I look forward to that. So in the back, we have a nice image here. So that's the magazine. Now let's get to the ship. Here it is in a nice box as usual. Always like how they package these things. I'm always scared to break it. So, first impressions, really cool. Very heavy for what it is. The metal is at the top, and the plastic is at the bottom. I like how they have the Klingon language here on the underside of the hull. The symbol of the Klingon Empire also there, and the language there. I like the detail of the windows, and I like the color. There's been some debate over whether it should be this color or more of a greenish bluish color, but I think Eaglemoss decided to go with the green because this is how it appeared in Next Generation. Doesn't bother me because it still looks cool regardless. I like how they have the red here for the nacelle, so you can kind of see, kind of has that little light up effect when you shine it against light. Pretty cool there. Very happy with this. I'm very glad that Eaglemoss decided to include it in the collection. Interestingly enough, this ship has had an appearance as a model or toy in some other form. In fact, Playmates actually issued this in large scale form for kids to play with back in the 90s, in the early 90s I think, when the show was on the air. And you could push the buttons and it would make sound effects and all that stuff. And I think the Japanese toy company called Vor'cha issued this ship as well, but it wasn't nearly as detailed as this one. And of course the Micro Machines by Galoob made one of these, but this is by far the best version that's ever been made, so I'm really happy with this. Eaglemoss again seems to be getting better and better, and I look forward to seeing more ships from various aliens, especially the Klingons, in the future. And again, it's a testament to Eaglemoss's commitment to have good ships, so I would definitely recommend this to anybody who's a Star Trek fan, or if you're a fan of the Klingons in particular. You definitely have to have this in your collection, so go out and get it, subscribe, and
So yeah, that's the Klingon Vorcha class attack cruiser. I'll put it back here in the box. In case you're wondering, kind of shuffling things around in my home. So I haven't really had a good opportunity to display them like I should, and I will certainly do so at some point. But anyway, so thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, I look forward to doing another video next month when the Enterprise E and the Krenim Temporal Weapons ship arrives. So yeah, thanks so much again, and catch you all on the flip side.